Hello, my name is Brittany Garcia. I work for VMware by Broadcom, and this video is going to be all about connecting AVS to your on-prem environment. So first, let's talk about the components that make up connectivity between on-prem and AVS. If you already have some Azure footprint, you're probably familiar with the MSEE, which is a Microsoft Enterprise Edge router, and the DMSEE, which is a dedicated Microsoft Enterprise Edge, and the router you get with your AVS purchase. Both of these run on Microsoft's global backbone, and they provide connectivity for express route connection into native Azure and AVS. Connecting two express routes together is possible with something called Global Reach, which we will be using in our first connectivity example. Global Reach is not available in every region in the world, so I wanted to make a video explaining how to get connectivity using Global Reach, but also provide a few examples of how to accomplish connectivity without using Global Reach. So that will be what I cover in the later half of this video. So essentially, we have a couple of options when it comes to connectivity. So let's start with the most common method of connectivity, which is on-prem to AVS via ExpressRoute using Global Reach. ExpressRoute is the preferred mechanism because it's a direct enterprise connection into Azure, and because of that, it's going to provide the best connectivity. On the slide, you're seeing your data center on the left and some things you potentially already have set up. Global Reach is a Microsoft feature that we're going to use to connect the two ExpressRoute connections together, providing a direct connection from on-prem into AVS. Global Reach is the best option and highly recommended because it provides the best performance for data center migrations. Data flows following the dashed lines. So you can see we can go from AVS back to on-prem, there's a connection there. We can go from AVS back to our Azure VNet or vWAN hub, there's a connection there. And then we also have a connection out to the internet. One last thing I want to add is that AVS does not sit within a VNet construct. It uses ExpressRoute, which is included in the service. Now, there are other ways to set up internet access, and what you're seeing on the screen is one of them, and I'll probably make a future video expanding on some of the other options as well. Another connection type is the hub and spoke model. In this model, a central hub or VNet acts as a central point of connectivity. You may have separate VNets supporting different teams or projects or specific use cases, all peered to the same hub VNet for connectivity to the on-prem data center via ExpressRoute. In this model, AVS becomes another spoke, connecting to that hub via an ExpressRoute gateway in the hub VNet. Similar concepts apply when you're following the enterprise landing zone multi-subscription approach. You'd have a child subscription containing AVS and connect that to a gateway in the connectivity subscription. So I just showed you two examples of how to connect AVS to on-prem using Global Reach to connect two express routes together, but Global Reach is not available in all regions. So let's go over some other options. The first option I'll start with is site-to-site VPN connectivity into AVS. With the VPN option, we don't connect AVS directly to our on-prem data center. Rather, we go through your existing Azure connections, such as a vWAN hub. The hub contains AVS ExpressRoute Gateway and site-to-site VPN gateway, and that is important because it connects to an on-prem VPN device with an AVS endpoint. Almost all of the configuration for this setup will take place in the Azure portal. That's where you'll establish your vWAN hub, if not already established, create your VPN gateway, create a site-to-site VPN, and connect your site to the hub. I will be providing some links in the description on how to do some of these methods that I'm showing here today, and this is one of them. Another supported topology to use AVS without Global Reach would be virtual WAN. You can have a virtual WAN hub configured in a region and connections defined for on-prem data centers and branch offices. AVS becomes just another spoke attached to the hub by way of linking the AVS express route to a virtual WAN hub gateway. When you connect AVS this way into a virtual WAN hub, the hub can handle the routing and transit, so we do not need to configure ExpressRoute Global Reach. Another supported topology to use AVS without Global Reach is using HCX Over Internet. With this option, we do connect AVS directly to your on-prem data center by making the HCX manager available over a public IP address. One thing to note about this is HCX is encrypted by default, no matter how you use it. So your data is going over public IP, but it's also going through an encrypted IPsec tunnel, so your data is secure and protected throughout the transfer. This method does require DNAT SNAT rules, which are done right inside of your AVS NSXT environment, and I will be providing a link below with steps on how to do this. Now let's look at a connection option called routing intent. Azure Routing Intent is part of Azure's networking service that allows you to define the desired outcomes or intentions of your network routing. Instead of manually configuring each route, you can specify what you want to achieve with your network traffic, and Azure automates the underlying route table configurations. Gateways, such as the ExpressRoute gateway in a vWAN hub, are not transitive by nature, so you can talk from on-prem to Azure through ExpressRoute, and you can talk from AVS to Azure through an ExpressRoute, but by default, those connections do not mean that those two things can talk to each other until you enable routing intent, which allows you to enable them to act transitive. The final option we'll talk about is VMware SD-WAN connection into AVS. You can do this with either SD-WAN integration into Virtual WAN Hub or connecting Azure Route Server in a transit VNet. Azure Route Server would be deployed in the same VNet as the ExpressRoute gateway connected to AVS, configured with SD-WAN Edge cluster as a peer, and enable branch-to-branch to allow routes to be exchanged. SD-WAN can be a great option for branch office sites that have smaller internet pipes or more challenging internet connectivity to work with. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video and maybe learned a little bit. If you want a deeper dive on any of the topics discussed, I will drop some links, but also feel free to drop a comment and let us know what you're interested in seeing a deeper dive of. Thanks. Have a good day.